Hello, everybody. Persona, 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 persona.
There was a time in my life when I was younger
Hmm.
where I had the Crunchyroll app on my phone, so I just binged a bunch of anime.
Hmm.
Not even really caring for necessarily quality, just as like, oh, this might be interesting. This was one of those animes.
Really? You watch
I
this?
don't remember anything about this anime.
You do. It's just, it's all overlain with,
You experience it a different way.
yeah.
Yeah,
You might have just, rearranged it in your brain to file it under Persona fanfiction and just left it there.
probably. I I skipped to episode 12 just to make sure. I don't remember at episode 12 at all. So I'm not even sure if I watched the. I'm pretty sure I watched the entire thing, but it might be folding over with another anime I remember that's actually better. In fact, I think it is.
Okay.
So
So, yeah, Anime Reflux is how the intro is supposed to go. This week, we're doing 11 Eyes.
yep.
Get it? Because the main
Colon.
character's missing an eye.
Persona.
So the it's 11 Eyes. It was originally a visual novel. Can you tell?
Out of when was the visual novel released? Because that's kind of important, actually.
2009 on
The anime was released in
Windows,
2009.
Xbox 360, and PlayStation Portable.
They released a visual novel on Xbox 360. What the hell?
Yes, they did.
That's weird as hell. Okay.
The original, the full title is 11 Eyes, Sin, Damnation, and the Atonement Girl.
So you too can also have bootleg Persona. If
There you
want.
go, Xbox 360 owners. You got your
Persona
Persona
3
game.
ass. It's the other enhanced edition. Only it's an animation, so it hasn't. Yeah. Anyway,
Alright, for the unsophisticated like me who have never played Persona,
it's
would you
Persona. It's.
I was go.
Go
Tell
ahead.
them how.
Go ahead.
What is the plot of Persona?
Okay, let's go with Persona 3. You
Yeah,
got
let's go with Persona 3 for no reason whatsoever.
yeah, you got blue-haired protagonist. He doesn't talk very much. Let's start with that.
Mm-hmm.
Suffered a tragedy in the past. Has kind of not so good memories about that.
Yeah, and he's an orphan because of it.
Goes to this school. Okay. Then one night he's in this other world, other different time, where the sky and everything surrounding him is a different color, and these monsters called shadows attack you.
And they're black, shapeless slime things that have masks on them.
Does any of this ring a bell?
Oh, and the transition from the real world to this weird, shadowy, dark hour world is shown with a clock smashing. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an extent to which copying and pasting isn't. This is. Okay.
Yeah, we weren't kidding, Patient. I'm
Come
sorry,
on,
we
patient.
really were.
I want to hear him talk.
Yeah.
I want to hear him say things.
Now, to put this in perspective, the game 11 Eyes came out April 25th, 2008 to PC.
Mm-hmm.
Persona 3 came out 2006, July
Yep.
13th. So
Yep.
they had a few years to develop this game.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So let's get into the synopsis, shall we?
So we start with
Patient was going to say something, sorry.
yeah.
No, I was just going to get into the synopsis. Go ahead.
So, we start with kid version of Minato in a red background, and
Really to call him that.
yeah, and his sister is like, he gets hit with chains or something and run through with them. And
chains go out of his sister's stomach, and there's like an angel, and it goes and stabs him, and it's like, yeah.
And then
sure.
his sister Nanako is watching through a doorway. She's even wearing the fucking dress, I swear to God. Okay, and yeah, and she screams.
Yeah, the character Yuka is her name.
Yep.
And I swear Yuka is one of my least favorite types of characters because she has the exact same face, personality as like 100,000 different anime characters.
Yep, pretty much.
It's they didn't even try.
Yeah. So, opening animation thing, it's kind of rock music, female singer, and blah blah blah, and generic fight poses and everything's fairly standard. And flash forward to present day, where they're high school students, and Minato is just hanging out on the rooftop of the school. And Nanako shows up and she's like, hey, what are you doing? And it focuses a lot on her knickers, and it makes me really uncomfortable because I can remember
that's how we're
she was 5 years
to her.
old. It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, that's how we're introduced to her. Is, oh, wind goes up. Oh, no, the wind.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that was the only example of fan service in this episode.
Only?
Only?
You apparently
No.
missed the point where she's just sitting there next to him, and the camera very explicitly points directly up her skirt, and the point where the character is constantly, like, the camera's pointed directly up her skirt in just about every shot.
Yeah,
I
or the
am more
point where the
familiar
one
with
girl
her-
kicks the other character in the face and it shows her panties multiple
I'm
times.
Or
more
the
familiar with the
doctor's
color
boobs
and
jiggling.
pattern of her knickers than I am with her face. That's not okay.
Maybe because you were too knowledgeable about the plot line already that you were paying attention to something more interesting to you.
Okay, patient. This was based off a visual novel, and it was also an Arrowge.
Oh, of course it was. Okay.
So,
You did
So-
not say
the
so-
case is completely justified in this.
So it's not persona, it's porn-sona.
Essentially.
We're not calling it that.
Who is this we that you were referring to, Kenshi?
I'm calling it whatever the hell I want. Alright. We actually missed a bit because there was also a moment where Mitsuru was in a shrine and then things set on fire, and that's pretty much
Yeah.
what happened.
She was
not her
the
name.
shrine, the red-haired shrine maiden, serious girl, who is like, finally, I'll get to do the thing and go to the place.
For the Kirijo group. Anyway, so they, school ends, and then we get Yosuke and Chie, and they're all doing stupid, character shtick, basically. And Yosuke has the nerve to say, you have awoken the other me that's inside of me, the real me. And I just had to pause and take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Now,
I
you
did
can say
too.
whatever you want about the series being a copy and paste over, but the balls on the writers.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
To put that in, that's a level of self-awareness that I just have to tip my cap to at a certain point.
Yeah. There's a reason why I didn't remember this anime at all.
It's like, well played, 11 Eyes. I can almost respect you.
Your hustle is almost strong enough.
yeah. So Yosuke and Chie are like, hey, let's go to this shopping district place, probably. I mean, it's all run down because Junes has moved in, stealing all the jobs, but I'm just going to keep making Persona references through this whole thing.
You can't go with Persona 4 because Persona 4 came out too close to this actually being released.
To clarify for anyone who's actually interested among our listeners, none of these are the names of the actual characters in the show.
Yeah, the main character's name is Kakeru or something.
Yeah, but it's
And then
Minato.
you have the one monkey friend who's also a generic
Yosuke.
character you could find in any other series.
It's Yosuke.
I mean specifically in how he looks like a monkey and how he's perverted.
Right. But also
And-
it's Yosuke.
Then you have the Baka character who's there, and she's the same as every other. Like, none of these characters have traits to really make them distinguishable
True.
because they're all just. It's everything you've ever seen before in a plot that you've seen before, essentially.
So those two, for the sake of not carrying on this discussion, decide, hey, let's go to the shopping district. And Minato's like, you guys go on ahead, don't worry about me. And as a result, Nanako is like, oh, okay, I won't go, and I'll just go home and such. Because he guilt tripped her, basically.
And then he's like, oh, no, wait, we should probably just go and do something.
Yeah, she's about to go into her house, and we get exposition that she got adopted by a nice man who works as a police detective. Sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry. Yeah, so she's about to go home. She lives with a nice family, and he lives on his own for whatever reason. And he's like, you know what? Let's actually go to the shopping district now that I've decided I'm kind of an asshole. So they do, and they're walking along the side of the highway. I assume it's a bridge to the downtown area or something along those lines. And she's all, I'm happy. Listen to how happy I am because reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Because my brother boyfriend figure decided not to be a douchebag today. Yay! Da 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 da. And they hold hands, and then the dark hour happens. Yeah.
So, just, this is kind of a thing where, they're assaulted by these weird shadow creatures, and then, they suddenly disappear instead of, awakening a persona or something. Because that's typically what happens in this situation, is that
you get attacked by shadows, and then suddenly the protagonist has an awakening and unlocks his persona. And
there is a so in this sort of, I guess, setting, there are these creatures that are like, Arcana shadows, which are like the boss shadows, but they're called Black Knights. Just kind of looking through some of the setting stuff, and one of them's
That's without a K, mind you.
yeah, I believe they're all named after the 7 deadly sins.
that's a bit of prescience, because that's the whole Persona 5 thing, actually. Go figure.
Yeah, one is literally called Superbia, which is like pride, I believe.
Though in fairness, in
Nvidia,
Persona 5
which
they
is
had
envy.
pride twice, and that was weird.
Era, which is wrath, and they all have these index names, and one is called, and the leader is called George of the Rainbow by his his index name. It's
I
funny.
like rainbows.
George of the Rainbow. We must fight him. Yeah. Sorry for that brief aside.
So they run around and realize that there aren't any people in the dark hour. It's just empty. And they get attacked by shadows, and they're like, oh no, this is terrible, we're gonna die. And then they come back to the real world. And that's pretty much it. And then we get the break thing with the title and everything that they usually do in anime. And we're back, and it's the next morning. And Minato has had nightmares and such.
I do want to point out, I really like the kind of orchestral music they use when they go to their sort of equivalent of the Dark Hour. I guess it's pretty decent.
I didn't notice, but that's usually a good sign.
Yeah.
So, Nanako wakes him up, and she's like, I didn't sleep at all. And he's like, yeah, I didn't sleep either. And she's like, you were just sleeping, dumbass. Ha 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 ha. And then they go to school.
Haha.
And they're like, yeah, that whole thing was weird, so let's not talk about it. And they get to school, and Yosuke and Chie are in the window, and they're being like, hey, walking to school together, what's up?
I think it's more apt to just say Junpei and Ikari.
Also fits.
Because remember, this came out after Persona 3.
If anyone listening to this has not played any Persona game, they're not going to know.
They're going to be
what
really
you two are talking about.
confused.
They're not going to.
They're the two
idea what
friend
you're
characters that have that certain dynamic that we've seen before, essentially.
Yeah.
Though, yeah, they have a transfer student.
Yeah, and I didn't actually have a name for this one, but there probably is one.
She's from Italy. Can't you tell by her white hair and red eyes?
Okay.
Italy.
Albinos can come from Italy, douchebag.
Yes, but like that they're using that to try to defer. Like I don't see how Italy, but it like she's dressed up not like she would. Okay. So I think this thing has a lot to do with like the Pope. I think this particular thing has a lot to do with the Pope, and because the Pope is a character in a thing that they do. I'm just trying to think of how this setting works.
Anyway.
And how Italy is important.
So yeah, she's there and is like, screw all you guys, basically. Except
she just
for
kind of feels
Minato.
like the white-haired waifu that has to be there.
Yeah, she wanders up to Minato and is like, hey, what's up? And then Nanako faints. So he takes her to the nurse's office, and then Sephiroth is there for some reason. He's not a Persona character, but he's just kind of there. It's a cameo from another series.
He's the Rivalry character.
Gray-haired guy who's just seems to be a general smug pain in the neck character. He was just standing there and said move, and then Kakeru said to him that he obviously had a sick person with him, which he did, as he could plainly see carrying her in his arms. And he basically, the silver-haired guy, is unfazed, pushes Kakeru out of the way and walks off while munching on
something.
This guy's kind of like Shinjiro, but more active.
Who?
Sorry, Persona 3.
Reference that no one gets because they haven't played Persona 3. Stop doing that. No one has played these games.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, in comes the nurse, and she has
jiggle physics,
magic breasts.
Yeah, I was playing at 2 times speed at this point, and it just went really fast. I was like, whoa!
I don't know why it does that at normal speed. Like, it just does that, apropos of nothing. Just boing.
Anyway.
Weird.
So, apparently the nurse identifies it as anemia for some reason. Isn't that blood loss?
Yeah, that's like a thin
it's like
blood
when
or something.
It's like when you have thin blood, so it makes...
It's apparently super common in Japan from how many times I've seen it used in anime.
So does it happen from a lack of sleep? I mean, I thought it was... Could a lack of sleep cause thinning of blood?
I mean, thin blood usually means you're more susceptible to just passing out from stress, which can be caused by lack of sleep, so that actually does make a little bit of sense.
Fair enough. Alright, they have that. That's feasible then. Then they go into the whole thing. Kakeru leaves them alone, and the nurse asks before he goes, what's the story about his eye patch that he wears?
Which she should know, because she should have his medical records or something, but whatever.
Yeah.
She should, yeah. And
like
he says that he says that he's had it since birth, and when he leaves, the girl tells the nurse that he couldn't see out of that eye, and he had a
heterochromia.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. So, yeah, that's touched on in the opening sequence, during the theme music, but just... Am I the only one who got thoughts of code? How was it, Casey?
Don't ask him. How does it feel? Say it.
I'm not going to say it.
You should say it.
But the series starring Lelouch
Ah, that one. That's
Code
serious.
Gaish, as Casey would like to say it,
Hmm.
or Code Geass, as it's supposed to be said.
Yeah, Japanese people don't get Celtic, Gaelic, Welsh.
There's
anything.
2 S's. We already went over this. How it's not Gaish.
We're not doing this today.
Anyway, is there anything?
Drag, not a drag.
Anyway, once quick notes version of what comes next. Basically, they go throughout their day from there. After she's released, they walk home. They decide to go to the shopping center as they planned before. They
have a weird couples moment where they go to the park where she wants to have his head in her lap, and I was under the impression that they were like siblings. Like actual siblings.
No, they're not. They're like both at the same orphan facility.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
not related. That's what's important.
And throughout it all, there's this strange figure shrouded in a black silhouette, just though she's ghostly or something, standing there behind them. And at one point, we see the shrine maiden or whatever it was standing behind her and watching all 3 of them.
Patient has lost patience with my references. He's just
I
not interested anymore. I get it, but yeah.
Right then. And during the park, they see the black ghost as basically the spirit of Kakeru's dead sister, and then suddenly the Crimson Night happens again, and all at once they're surrounded by monsters, and Kakeru's going to try to defend his friend. His fist is shaking, but he's still trying to protect her. And then there's this imperial figure watching nearby who says, "That boy is ellipses," then lunge the monsters and cut. So, cliffhanger ending. And we're left with more questions than we had when we started.
Yep. And then the next episode starts and he awakens his persona, and it's like, then it sort of eats itself, and then it kills everything, and then it goes back to normal, and it's weird, and doesn't really get explained until like the very end of the series what that was all about.
Really?
Just saying.
Is that actually what happens, or are you just talking shit about Persona again?
He's just doing Persona.
Okay. You had me worried for a second there. It works for a video.
I mean, this was a video game. That's.
I know we were making tons of Persona comparisons, but to be honest, the premise from what we've seen so far seems very much up that alley.
Not even up that alley. It's a straight rip.
That being said, there are some fairly unique elements to it that will come in later, I guess. But at the same time, it's a 12-episode anime based off an Arrowge. And there's an OVA 13th episode, which is the Hot Springs episode. So
of course it is. I mean, like, I was gonna say something along like when it was like the first 5 minutes of watching this episode, I was like, okay, I'm making a lot of Persona comparisons in my head, but if Persona is the thing I'm comparing this show to, that's not an insult. And then a lot of stuff happened that made me think, oh, they are literally just doing Persona and aren't really doing anything original. Oh. Okay, then.
I will say, just in defense of this, because I feel like there needs to be, because I feel like it's not wrong if you like this, because there are some unique elements to it that come later, but you have to realize that it's very heavily influenced by Persona.
Yeah. Like, maybe watch Persona 4 the animation instead.
Persona 3 the movies are also really good.
For Persona 3 too. Yeah. Also, they're doing one for Persona 5. They're all probably superior to this. I'm not gonna.
Can an unbiased person that doesn't give a crap about this being a copy of Persona say things about this?
Go ahead, please.
Okay. So, From my point of view, this anime left the episode with 3 burning questions. What's with all the ghosts? What's with the dude's eye? And there was a third question, but I forgot it. However, that should explain a lot because I am left with no burning desire to answer any of these questions.
Was the third question why the sister killed herself at the start and tried to take the little brother with her?
That is also a possible question. I don't think that was the one I was after, but it also counts. Because now that you mention it, it's a question I would ask, but like the other third question, I don't care enough to remember it. Which is a damning indication of what I thought of this Persona side. I didn't even think about that or care about that. I don't know. This whole thing was just there. Like, it bored me, basically.
It's very generic in a lot of what it presents up front. And it really doesn't do well for it. Like, if any of this interests you, I recommend just look at the first 3 episodes of the 3-episode test. Just so you can get a good feel of where it's going. And if that catches your interest, okay. But if you want to drop it by the first episode, don't feel pressure to continue.
I mean, like, there's something to be said for, again, we make the Persona comparisons. They made 5 of those. So it is a thing you can do over and over again and do something new and interesting with it every time. But this one didn't seem to do anything interesting with it, so it just kind of looks like an also ran. So
the dude's eye, I think this gets revealed in like episode 2. It's really not a spoiler, but his eye has like a power of like he can see a little bit of the future.
No surprise there, really.
So that's his special power.
Bully for him.
Yeah.
So his persona would be Norn then, I suppose.
Can we move on?
Kronos, maybe.
Yeah, let's grab another one.
Okay.
God, if I never have to hear another Persona thing come out of someone's mouth, it'll be too soon. All right.
It's not my fault.
It is your fault. 6.
It is your fault. And my fault, but your fault too.
F.
Oh god, please don't be Fate Stay Night.
Don't say it out loud, Casey. 42.
Or Fairy Tale.
Seems like it's very legitimate that one of these things could happen, being that there's only 42 in here.
Or Free. Oh, we've already done Free. Never mind.
Oh god, Free.
Look at all these Fate series.
Yo, this is gonna piss somebody off because I got 3.
The winner is...
Oh no. Please no. Please no.
It's not Fairy Tale and it's not Fate Stay Night. Fate Stay Night is number 4. This one is Fastening Days.
Oh, you got lucky. You got
Also,
lucky.
a bunch of those ones at the top must have been like films and shit.
Fastening Days.
Okay.
Yoji and Kei, a boy and a girl, live in a town in the not-so-distant future with their foster parent, Anna. But these seemingly ordinary children have a secret hidden even from their unsuspecting mother. Yoji and Kei are superhero defenders of their town. With the flap of the capes, the 2 of them and their robot bear sidekick, Oscar, protect the citizens in the town with handmade, high-tech machinery. But from what menace? And will our little heroes be able to overcome the crisis about to threaten the town's peaceful everyday serenity? Check out this utterly electrifying near-future animation to find
There
out.
are 2 episodes.
There are 2 episodes. Let's see how long they are.
I see
11
one
minutes.
episode.
11 minutes. I don't
There's
know.
1
This
episode of
isn't
the
really...
dub. There are 2 episodes of the original.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I'm watching the dub.
They're each 11 minutes. So I think we should probably grab another.
Yeah.
Reroll?
Okay.
Yep, from the
Alright.
top.
Yeah.
27.
From the top.
From the tippity.
So should I just erase this one?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
All right, no more Fastening Days. So if it's 3 again under F, then it will be Fate Stay Night.
All right, let's see what we get. Let's see if Casey's that lucky. All right.
I do like the concept of Fastening Days. I'll just check that out for fun.
Ooh, boy, you lucked out because this one's 5.
E.
E.
21.
All right.
Oh boy.
21. What's in here that could possibly make me angry?
Evangelion.
Uh,
Oh no, that isn't. That'd be Neon Genesis.
Arrow Manga Sensei.
Eureka
You said
7.
You said 23, right?
No, I said 21.
Oh, okay.
Eye Shield 21.
Right.
That's a good one.
Elfen Lied.
All right. 7.
7. Aiken. Eiken.
Aiken.
Okay.
Aiken?
Zasho.
Okay.
Zashono Academy is a very large private school with a total of 54,000 students from elementary level to junior high and high school.
Holy hell, that's a big school.
Among the large numbers of club activities at the school, one club is quite unique, the Icon Club. The activities of this club are shrouded in mystery, and strangely enough, all the members are excessively busty. Headstrong female students like Shirano Ichiharu, the top scorer in the entrance exam. The newly arrived high school boy, Mifune Densuke,
Oh, here we go.
is forced to join the Icon Club, and in an instant, his dull life so far turns upside down with intense passion, romance, and much trouble.
I'll bet it does.
Yep, turns upside down.
The genre tags for this are comedy, ecchi, romance, released in 2003. And it's only 2 episodes, again, so...
This time, though, it is
we're
half
going to
an
get
hour.
out of this one. Half an hour episodes. This is basic, but there's only 2 episodes. I don't know. What's the ruling on this?
Let me take a look at Wikipedia to see if there are more than just that.
I'll try another site.
This was actually rated as one of the worst animes ever.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just 2 episodes.
Yeah, I wonder if it got canceled.
I kind of want to watch this now. Like, for patience sake, I didn't want to watch this for obvious reasons. But if it's that bad, I kind of feel honored.
It's an OVA. It's not really an anime series.
That's not the point.
Mm-hmm. It has been accused of being obscene and lacking substance. Jason Thompson gave the manga a 0-star rating in his review of the series. In his manga, The Complete Guide, calling it actual pornography disguised as romantic comedy pseudo-pornography.
Now, I actually started reading this and stopped very quickly. This is familiar to me.
One of the most exploitative, demeaning anime titles I've ever seen. Icon is like an hour-long nightmare of sexual innuendo of the creepy kind. You'll never find a bigger collection of wrong anywhere else.
Right then.
I mean, we did watch Valkyrie Drive.
Casey, your thoughts?
I'll be the swing for whichever way it goes.
Kenshi?
I should vote no, but I kind of have to watch this. If you say no, then I'm gonna say no. We'll
0.
Go with it.
This is so bad, but at the same time, I don't want to subject our listeners to watching this if they want to be able to see our commentary on it. So I'm going to say no.
Very well.
So at this point, we have 2 undecided, one saying no. Patient?
Is that no for no veto or no for no watching?
I'm not watching it.
I'll add my voice for a veto then.
Very well then. It's
so we're skipping this one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Probably for the best.
We did do a show very much like this very recently. I don't know.
No, we didn't. No, we did not. This is not the same. Promise you it's not.
Okay, there was a scene with a girl getting sexually assaulted and then mocked by all of the people that watched that for calling her a virgin. I think this is something along the same lines.
It's not.
Okay.
I tried to read this, remember? It's not.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right, let's try this one more time with feeling.
Monomas.
Come on, RNG. It's freaking 3.
C.
C.
See.
All right.
Really need
74.
Team 4 star. 74.
74.
Okay, sorry.
Hey, look, candidate forgot it's near the top of the list on the page. All right. 20.
20. I get the feeling from the title that this is another one of those couple of minute episodes series. Charade's Daily Joke.
That sounds like it, yes.
The episode numbers would say so as well. Let's let Ken see.
Yeah, double check.
What's that called?
Charade's Daily Joke.
Oh, yeah, this is 3:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to go. This is just.
Okay, scrub that. We'll do the C again. Because
What is with you, RNG?
we're scrubbing out all the crappy ones. It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Oh, so to remind you, patient, that Charade's thing needs to be taken off the list, but the Aiken
it's gone.
thing still needs to be on there.
I know.
Yes.
No.
It's going to happen at some point. All right, so let me go through 74 again. Patient is doing this thing.
73.
Oh, 73 now. Alrighty. 41.
41. 1, 2, 3. Roll again. That's Clenod.
Oh, okay. 72 then?
Did we do Clenard?
Yes, we
that?
did Clenod.
Yeah, we did.
Right around the time I came on.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah, that's the
remember
one
we
with the
did Clenard.
Ugu girl. Yeah, okay.
Ugu.
All right, let's do this.
This is just infinite rerolls.
Yeah.
I mean, RNG is kind of giving me a slap today. All right, here we go. And we get 18.
18. All right. Chaos Dragon Sekiryu Seneki. Translation Red Dragon Campaign. So, Chaos Dragon, Red Dragon Campaign, I guess.
Yep, it's a 12 episode series. This was summer 2015 anime. Yep. In the year 3015, the great nations Donatia or Donatia and Quran, I guess. That's how Couran. I don't know how else to say that.
Kouran.
Yep.
Kouran. Yeah, whatever. I can't spell. Divide the world into. I'm a writer. I can't spell. Divide the world into Cold War as they fight for supremacy. Amidst this standoff is the island country Nil Kamui, which has lost its independence. It's the island of no god. Red Dragon, the guardian god of Nil Kamui, I thought it was called Nil Kamui, goes out of control. Will the island country manage to regain its independence?
So the island of no gods and cultural mishmash, apparently, because that is not how you say no gods in Japanese.
All right, so that's what we're doing this week.
I guess. I see no problems with it.
Yeah, nor I. Though I might be willing to veto again just so we can keep rolling.
It's been quite a day.
I mean, that's not the point of the show, but I can... yeah, okay. I can
I mean, at
understand
this
that.
point, it's basically repeat until it's funny. And then drive it into the ground until it's funny.
Yeah, okay. So, I'm just gonna do the link for the thing.
I'm reading the comments. Let's just say this anime has plot armor to the max.
Yeah, it's an image board, apparently. This site, so...
Yes.
So, yeah, that's the thing that we're doing. It's Chaos Dragon Senryu...
Chaos Dragon Sekiryu Seneki.
What he said. Yeah, so... Play Persona 5, I guess. That's what I take away from this whole episode. Is just, yeah.
You beat it yet?
I mean, no, but it's like a 100-hour game. Bear with me.
I beat it twice.
Okay. Brags a lot.
Without using a guide.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's thanks for anime. We'll be back next week.
Bye.
Doesn't mean-
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody.